Chapter of Luke, chapter 11. And when I minister this, because I'm going out, my viewing audience has increased considerably, all over the United States. I had someone from Pittsburgh to put in my notes that I see certain people and they look like they're not even caring about what you're saying. Because when the camera shows, it shows basically here. And when they're just looking all up, looking all down, looking all around. But they were saying how awesome the message was. And so it's going over not just here. And you see we got the people, but Eternal Life Ministry, New Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church. Because whenever I say the ministry, I always acknowledge the church.
Amen.
Basically, always. But it's going out all over. I got viewers from Africa who send in reports, send in their viewing.
Amen.
And so it's not just here, but it's going out all over. And right now, I'm not asking for any money. I've not asked for money for a long time. Of course, I've got some to help pay for the broadcast, but I don't ask for any. And a little bit now, I'm going to start asking. But here it is. It said, and he said, verse 11, a certain man had 2 sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falleth to me. And he divided unto them his living. Or you can say livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. I just want to pause right there. This is my subject. I just want to pause right there. Now, we're talking about how bad things are today. Now, we're talking about Jesus giving a parable over 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, and they didn't have the things that we have today.
Right.
And whatever they had to do, he had to waste in some kind of way.
Right.
And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, he took his journey into a far country. And there wasted substance with riotous living.
Yeah.
And when he had spent all there, arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want. And he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly with the husk that the swine did eat, and no man gave unto him. In other words, he gladly did it. He wasn't bothered about it. He gladly did it. And when he came to himself, now we hear this a lot of times in the Bible, coming to yourself. So in other words, he wasn't himself.
That's right.
He wasn't the person that they knew him to be.
That's right. That's right.
So whenever we out there doing those things, we not ourselves. We were not born. I was not born an entertainer.
No.
You were not born a thief.
No.
You were not born a hustler.
No.
You were born alive. You only became those things. Now, here it is. He would enjoin himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. And he would fain have filled his belly, gladly fill his belly with the husk that the swine did eat. And no man gave unto him. And when he came to himself, he said, how many hired servants of my father's have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee, and am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. And he arose and came to his father. I was talking in the middle of that. I want to talk to you on, there is no place. There is no place like home.
Show you right. Show you right.
I did that series many years ago. Many years ago. Mother was here. Sister was here. Brother was in Florida. We had so many. Choir was filled. Choir members.
Well,
when I did that series,
yes.
It don't mean any different than it means now. But the Spirit came into me to redo it because I can relate to it more so than any. There's no place like home.
Amen.
You know, when oftentimes when this young man, for whatever reason, the Bible does not tell exactly why or what reason that he decided he wanted to just take out. He was the youngest son. He just wanted to take out, go do his thing. Does not say why. Daddy could have said, no, son, you need to stay here. Don't go out doing what you want to do. Could have easily said that. And he would be in right to say that. And I don't think the younger son could have said anything to him. Could have smacked him upside the head a couple of times. So he said, sit your tail down. But no, he gave, according to this, the father gave him what he asked for. He invited unto him his living. He stepped out. Well, what happened? He fell among riotous living. What was riotous living during those times? You know, they didn't have the clubs like we got today. And especially young people, what you have today. You know, what I had when I was a young man. You know, I had clubs and I did some riotous living. And I did the same thing. When my father passed away at the age of 31 years old, my mother gave each one of us $1,000. Each one of us. We went different places, did different things. But I wasted my $1,000 getting high, going to clubs, going to the motel. We're just one tail. You say on Bellevue. I didn't know about it. But I wasted it. I could have done some very popular things with that, but I wasted that living. And my dad called me one day when he knew that he was sick. I didn't know that he was that sick. He knew that at that point I was in the insurance business. And he called me back to his seat and he showed me his insurance policy. And it was $25,000. He showed me his policy. And I looked at it and turned away from it because I didn't want to think up that way. I didn't want to imagine even doing that. I went to many houses and homes selling insurance, but I did not want to think of that. But when it happened, and it had to be used, and my mom gave me $1,000, and my head wasn't right where it should have been. And I was like that. Well, yes, I wasted the money. Didn't put nothing in the bank. I had a bachelor's arts degree. I could have gone back to college and got a master's and worked on a doctorate. I could have done many things, but I did nothing. I ain't got $1,000 though.
That's right.
But I did none of those things. That word prodigal means wasting money. That's what it actually means. Doing riotous living. You can look it up. It means wasting money.
Amen.
And that's what I did.
Well.
The thing about anything, what I could do, I definitely wasn't in the church at that time. Until it was all gone and I became just as low as you can be. I came just as low as anybody wants to be at this time. But I was not home. I was living. I was at a house. But we heard the song, a chair is still a chair.
That's right.
You know, here's I'm going to tell you about a home. A home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere. You can be living there for many years, but if your heart is not there, that's not a home.
Amen. Amen.
That's what we have to understand. Jesus himself said, foxes have holes. How many remember that verse? Birds have what? Nests. But what Jesus said, I don't even have a home.
Well,
I don't have a place to lay my head. So in other words, a home is somewhere that you lay your head permanently. Where your heart is. And Jesus tried to let this young man know, I don't have that. I can't look forward to having a home. You know, but you do.
yeah.
Are you willing to follow me now? Or are you to give up a home?
Yeah.
This is what we have to understand about home.
Yes, sir.
When we go, now let's read a little bit further. And I got to close. It say, verse 18, it say, and I will arise and go to my father and will say unto him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before thee. Heaven, now heaven, how many of you saw heaven is my home? You know, I have sinned against my home and against thee. And am no more worthy to be called thy son. Make me as one of thy hired servants. Now the difference between that is that's his home, not his hired servant's home.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
Now his hired servants may work there, but that's not their home.
Amen.
So when he come back, if they living in a room, they got to move. They got to go. Because that's his home. At least that's how the Father will look at it.
Yeah. Amen.
And so what we see here that I'm turning over the whole other page. It says that, and he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way. Now here's the thing about there's no place like home. In this parable that Jesus gave, there are certain things that happen during an interval of time that the Bible does not talk about. In other words, what was his daddy doing all that time?
My Lord.
Did he miss it? Did he even think that he would come back? You know, did he have an idea of what he was doing? Did he send somebody out to spy on him? I have to truly believe that he trusted in God.
My Lord.
That my son will come back home.
Amen.
I can't believe that's what our Heavenly Father knows, that Jesus will come back home. Out of all the things that Jesus had to go through his trial tribulation as the Son of Man, not as the Son of God, because he knows as the Son of God, if he would act as the Son of God, the angels would come and rescue him anyway. But he had to act as the Son of Man. He had to leave his Father, you know, just like this young man did, and live through the time of this particular world and go through the things that we go through and still overcome that and come back home. During that time, years ago, when I gave that series, I made I related to the Wizard of Oz. When I gave that series years ago. And the difference was that when Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz said that she was trying to get back home. And that's where the song came with No Place Like Home. We talk about No Place Like Home. You know, like she sung Somewhere Over the Rainbow and all like this kind of thing. But Dorothy was trying to get back home. She was in a storm, and that tornado took her away from home. And she ran into the Scarecrow and the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, and the Wiz. She asked to help her get back home. This young man didn't have those to help him get back home. But what helped him get back home is that he realized that he didn't have the goodness and the gracious that he had before he left. He realized that that was not his home. That made him realize where home really was. And then sometimes we get all out of our headway. We got to realize what home is. We get so here and there, we got to realize where home really is. Because one day, we going home. This and he was trying, he was wondering, and then he said he is no more worthy to be called thy son. You know what? Look at my time. I can't go too far. You know, he said, I'm no more worthy to be called thy son. So what makes him worthy to go home? They're saying this is no place like my home. This is no place like I left. I'm no longer worthy. You know, and what was worthy was him to be or act a way that would cause him to be worthy. We ask ourselves, what makes me worthy to be called a child of God?
Yeah.
Ask ourselves that. What makes me worthy for God to say, you are a part of my kingdom? What makes us worthy to be called a child of God? Jesus said, if you love me, you keep my commandments. This is what, and we gave this parable. He was trying to show these people, these Pharisees, these scribes, and what it takes to love me, what it takes to call God your Father. Because this Father that I'm talking about is a Father God that I want you to look at. Oh, there are many prodigal sons that we call did not make it that far. There are many prodigal sons that did not make it back home. There are many prodigal sons that went to what they thought was their home was not their home. There are many prodigal sons that went home and there was no father. There was many fathers who was waiting on a prodigal son, and that prodigal son never made it back.
All right.
I know some personally.
Yes.
Who young men that I was growing up with. They never made it back.
Amen.
They never made it back.
Well.
So we have to understand what is home.
Yeah.
He said, how am I worthy? What is my value? What is my worth to God? Is the things that I'm doing, does that measure up?
Yeah.
It may measure up to me, but is it measuring up to God?
Yeah.
He said that he arose and came to his father, but when he was yet a great way off, his father saw him.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
Father saw him, he said, boy, what you doing coming back?
Thank you, Lord.
No, he did not say that. If you look, no, he did not say that, young people. Y'all probably say he did. No, and he saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said unto him, Father,
Yes.
the same thing he was practicing, that he was rehearsing to say.
Yeah.
Even though his father ran to him and hugged him and kissed him, he still wanted to, and understand this, he still did not feel worthy to be called his son.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would run and jump over me and hug and kiss me, and I still don't feel worthy. Yes.
Yes, but you my son.
But the father said to his servant, bring forth the best robe and put it on him.
Yes.
And put a ring on his hand. And shoes on his feet. Now this let you know this. That boy didn't even have no shoes on.
That's right.
Joe didn't even have no shoes.
No, he didn't.
Now we talk about sandals back in them days, but that boy didn't have no shoes on. Put shoes on his feet. Not no cheap shoes.
Nope.
Don't go to Paley.
They got your shoes.
They don't got no shoes.
Yes.
Well, why don't they call them pay more? You still pay less? And bring him the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and be merry.
Yeah.
For this my son was dead and is alive again.
Yes.
He was lost
Oh, yeah.
and is found. And they began to be merry.
Yes.
Once you find your way home,
Yes.
this is what God will do for you.
Yeah.
Regardless if you lost or you just gone astray. Once God will never say that I see you as being lost.
Yeah.
When you are a child of God, you will always be a child of God. Regardless of your actions, regardless of your going astray. Because I felt that way. I I felt that way when I left God when I was about 14 years old. When I was 10 years old, came in within the next 4 years, I was gone. I was out the church. I was totally out. I came in at the age of 10 years old, trying to recite Bible scriptures and all that kind of stuff. Going across the street with Percy to a sanctified church. Going over there with him to a sanctified church. You know, until I just couldn't deal with it. I chose playing ball on the other side of the track. Yeah. And once I got in church, it was no more. I didn't feel worthy. Once I got in junior high school, I didn't feel worthy. Once I got in college, I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel worthy because I was a dope smoker. I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel worthy. Right. Oh yes, I worked and I wasn't no bad guy. And I was singing in the clubs and things of that nature. But I didn't feel worthy. When my father passed away in 1981, I definitely didn't feel worthy because I wanted to prove to him that I could make it as an R&B singer. Yeah. He would say, Billy, I want you to sing gospel. I said, Dan, I'm not a gospel singer. I sang rhythm and blues, rock and roll. And I got out of service in 1979. Within 2 years, he died. 2 years. And I actually got out early. I wasn't supposed to get out until 1980. But I got out early with honorable discharge, full discharge. Going to clubs, going to studios, doing recordings and all this type of thing. On stage with the Dales, with the OJs and all that kind of thing. And then after my dad had passed away, I think I'm doing something. After he had passed away, I find out, I'm telling folks that I performed with the OJs, opening act at the Orpheum. And the young man that did our demo, Don O'Connor, he pulled me aside. He was doing a soundtrack of the demo. He pulled me aside. And he said, I'm going to tell you something. I didn't know nothing about you singing or you could sing. I didn't know nothing about no action in the name of the group. Yeah. The only reason that I brought you forth because your daddy asked me. Wow. And when I left that house that night to go to the Orpheum, felt like I was doing something, had my uniform on my back. Dad was just sitting in his chair like he always do when I go out and perform. He was just sitting in his chair, I reach out and grab his hands. I'm finna go perform. He did not say a word. He never said a word. That he said that up. After I found that I really didn't feel worthy. And that's when I just went all the way down. Yeah. Started back singing. I hit low. But then I said I gotta work my way back up. So I started back performing. Yeah. And then I went over there and then Sister Mac called me to do the Men's Day MC. After I saw him for my sister Sheila's wedding. Sister Mac, I don't know how she got in touch with me. I want you to MC the Men's Day. And I say, okay, I went to MC the Men's Day. Then later on, and y'all know the story about the Sunday. I was told it so many times, I be feeling like it ain't true. but then I came and taught Sunday school. The next Sunday, Reverend Mitchell, Sunday school Mitchell, did not show up. And I was coming every Sunday waiting on him to show up. He never showed back up. I came straight from the club, straight to the church. Well. He did not show back up. I'm a prodigal son coming to the church, thinking that I could come here and thinking that it will change, that it will make a difference, and sooner or later I'll go back to doing what I was doing. Yeah. And I had to make a decision, either the club or the church. And I chose the church. And it worked that way ever since then. Because this is my home. This is the home that will lead me to my eternal home.
Yes. Amen. Yes. All right.
And everyone in here will have that mentality, can have that mentality. Is that when you come through this door, when you leave this door, when you call on the name of Jesus, this ministry is an eternal ministry. I'm not saying just who I am or what the ministry is. The faith ministry is eternal. Every ministry is eternal. But I'm focusing on eternal. Grace is eternal. Everything is eternal.
Yes. Amen.
The thing about it is that we have this now.
Yes.
And we take advantage of it now.
Yes.
And I say this, young people, I say this, and those who are watching, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Facebook, I say this, it's time to get it right.
Amen. Yes. Amen. Amen.
While you have